Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Heart Chakra Day. Happy Love and Action Day of Love. I hope that you're having a wonderful day wherever you are on the planet. And I hope that you're drinking in the goodness of life because the goodness of life is what we deserve. And of course, we're going to have the other stuff, but not focusing on the calamity and the chaos and bringing ourselves back into harmony with ourselves and each other feels like a great place to begin. Artists are not like athletes. We cannot win gold. We cannot beat other creatives. We cannot come first. Sport is objective. Our craft is subjective. Creating to be the best is a waste of energy. Instead, create to connect to the people who need you because they're out there. Create in your way because there's no right way. Take the pressure off and focus on your unique brand of magic. Once again, artists are not like athletes. We cannot win gold. We cannot beat other creatives. We cannot come first. Sport is objective. Our craft is subjective. Creating to be the best is a waste of energy. Instead, create to connect to the people who need you. Because they're out there. Create in your way. Because there's no right way. Take the pressure off and focus on your unique brand of magic. I always teach that there is a special gift that only you can give to the world and no one can give it for you. Not anyone. Maybe the clouds and the trees and the flowers love looking at you too. This quote, of course, speaking to the ways in which the universe and nature is in a constant conversation with us all the time. Have you ever thought that while you're looking up at the clouds, that the clouds are also smiling back at you with approval? That cloud right there that I'm looking at is also reminding me in its own special whispering way that I am loved and lovable. And so are you. Life is too short to think you're unlovable because someone didn't know how to love you. Life is too short to think that you're unlovable because someone didn't know how to love you. This is why we affirm every day here that you're loved and lovable, because sometimes the feedback externally may not shore up a vibration of confidence. But just because everyone isn't paying attention to you because they're living their own lives, people are busy trying to make this money to move the dreams forward. They're busy loving on their community. They're busy trying to find balance inside. So do not blame them for not knowing how to love you, in this particular hour or this particular day. You're not unlovable because of any of these things. Life is just very, very full right now for so many people, and we're just hanging on the best that we can. This is why taking moments of rest and relaxation are so critically important right now, because in those moments of rest, in those moments of calm, you begin to come to terms with what's real and what's imaginary. We have these thought forms that are real and are there to help us to uplift ourselves out of negative mind states or depressions. Always available to us, though. This idea that we're loved and lovable. I hope that tracks. All right, let's move to the BD. We've been moving through the 52 weeks of conscious contact with the divine through Melody Beatty. This text allows us every day to join mind around thoughts and ideas that encourage, equip, and empower. This week's theme in Love and Action Network is all about presence. And we're up to day 4 of this 7-day week. I don't know about you. These weeks are just flying by. Apparently, it's been a month already since baby Priolo arrived. I refuse to even believe that's true, even though I know that it is. Life flies by when you're having fun. Day 4 starts with this one, like a bunch of words together in one quote. And thank you for keeping me straight again yesterday, amen. That's one word. It's spelled as one word. And thank you for keeping me straight yesterday, amen. Sometimes I can almost hear God saying, what did she just say? And thank you for keeping me straight again yesterday, amen. And thank you for keeping me straight yesterday, amen. Sometimes I can almost hear God saying, what did she just say? This week's inventory focus, a series of questions, and perhaps you may want to jot these down or write them in the tablature of your heart so that you can recall them later when you need to take an inventory of what's real versus what's imaginary. First question. Are you rushing through or skipping prayer and meditation time? Are you rushing through or skipping prayer and meditation time? Are people in your life asking where you are, even though you're in the room with them when they ask? Are people in your life asking where you are, even though you're in the room with them when they ask? Are you so focused on an outcome that you've forgotten to enjoy each step along the way? We were just talking about this, how sometimes I place so much pressure in my life, personally, on thinking that it's all going to somehow fall together while also falling apart today. Unfortunately, folks, I don't think that all of my dreams are going to fall together today. It would be a hopeful, positive expectation and affirmation and belief that it is, but my realistic nature tells me that I won't be at Carnegie tonight. It's not on the schedule. So it's important that I am not so focused on the outcome that I forget to enjoy these steps just for today. This is literally what we were talking about this morning of, can I be grateful in today? And can I see today as a part of a larger whole? Can I recognize that there are parts of my plan that I can do just for today that would really annoy me if I had to do them for another 40 years? And so sometimes focusing on the next 40 years and focusing on that happy, healthy, and free from all suffering outcome, sometimes that prohibits me from just focusing on like, yo, I can enjoy this Wednesday. There's nothing that's going to be harmed in the making of the me movie called Flow. Nothing's going to be harmed in the making of the me movie called Flow if I choose to enjoy today. And we talk about this all the time, mostly on Wednesdays. The ways in which we don't allow love to actually penetrate us. Sure, the bullshit comes and we're like, oh my God. There's a lot of conversation around what's not working. But what about these conversations of enjoyment? What are you enjoying today? I told y'all earlier, I'm really enjoying these clouds. We always have very abundant clouds here in North Carolina. The sun is impeccably bright and shiny. When I think about the fact that it is burning away, that it is burning up, the sun is, while we're sitting here being nourished by it. The irony of it all. But I enjoy the sun's warmth. I also enjoy the AC inside. I enjoy that my rehearsals are improving. And I'm enjoying that I'm learning how to take better care of my inner heart. For so long, I neglected myself and my heart. Some would call me a recovering Captain Save-A-Ho. When I was the one that needed saving all along. So I'm not going to forget today to enjoy these positive steps that I'm making, because they are the making of a happy life. You know, what is the making of a life that is harmful and a life of suffering? Just stringing a bunch of days together that are harmful and in suffering. Well, the inverse is true for a happy life. If I enjoy most moments, maybe not every moment, but if I enjoy most moments of my days, string them together, like those paper snow people, if you string them together, you get a happy life. More questions. Do you have so many things to do that you're doing them all at once and not getting anything done? Oh. This one goes out to all of us multi-passionate people who spend so many time, we spend so much time spinning the plates that eventually sometimes we tire out and they all come crashing down. Though I'm grateful that we, don't have as many crashing plates as we used to because of a thing called community. But how many things do I do all at once and not get anything done at all? We receive from life what we put in, unless we're pouring our energy into a black hole. Are you getting what you want out of your relationships, work, and leisure time? Are you getting what you want out of your relationships, out of your work, and out of your leisure time? How much of you are you investing? We receive from life what we put in, unless we're pouring our energy into a black hole. I talk often in our work here about leaky buckets, and some people see it as a pejorative, but I think that we all leak from our life buckets in various ways. I'm leaking right now. You just can't see from where. But under multiple genocides and capitalism and just the general harmful mind viruses that we live under daily, I leak like everyone else. Leaking emotionally. Pouring into a black hole or spilling out into the street because of these holes that I either poke in myself or that life pokes in me. And there's a very healing question that's happening here today in our midst. Are you getting what you want out of your relationships, work, and leisure time? How much of you are you investing? Well, as it relates to my relationships, I have pruned the vines of my relationships. So I do get what I want out of my relationships. I've demanded more of my relationships, be they small yet mighty. I've demanded more of my relationships in the last 6 to 8 months, and that is yielding great fruit for me personally. Are you getting what you want out of your relationships? Yes, because I'm asking for it and demanding nothing less. I had to have some real conversations with myself over the last 6 to 8 months about whether the things I was asking people for in relationship with me was me being a pretentious, needy bitch. Was I being a needy bitch or a loved and lovable human in the things I was asking for in my relationships? Was I being a needy person that was putting undue pressure and expectations on people? Or was I simply loved and lovable and deserved everything I was asking for? And so, are you getting what you want out of your relationships? I'm going to say yes to that because I demanded it so. And I teach that while we want to be as kind and as nice, it's very important to them that we are kind and nice. Make sure that you're getting what you want out of your relationships because they're not going to give it to you unless you demand it. And graciously demand. But make sure that you're getting what you want out of relationships. My leisure time, oh my gosh. I have a Hello Kitty game now. I have a Disney game. I usually play a turn like once every 5 days on Words with Friends with Tara and a few other white lady friends I have that love to play the game with me. I got a new smart TV that I'm borrowing from Angie, SVP of Real Loves Club. So my leisure time has been wonderful. Am I getting what I want out of my leisure time? Yes. So relationships, I've demanded that people bring their wholeness to the table. I've demanded that we heal the things that we can and that we surrender the things that we cannot heal in this moment in my relationships. And then also in my leisure time, I'm playing way more video games and watching way more Judge Judy and Modern Marvels. I love Modern Marvels. So my leisure time is great. Now, am I getting what I want out of my work? Not so much. So remember, you can have like some of these areas working for you, like my relationships are really harmonious, and my leisure time is wonderful, but there's more that I want from my work. There's more clients I want, more students I want. Really, for me, it's me wanting to be more of service in the world and to contribute more to society and to heal it as the grassroots humanitarian that I am. So if my answer is not really, kind of, sort of, getting what I want out of my work, then the responsibility is mine to ask the next question. How much of me am I investing into my work? And I am a professional, like so many of you, I am a professional hide and go seek life player. I play this game of hide and seek in life. It's not a fun game of wanting to be seen, but also not wanting to be seen at the same time. Because we talked about this before. Being seen in my work exposes me to more humans. Not really sure that I want to engage more humans, even though it's my life's calling and work. You can get the dilemma there, right? The dilemma of being called to uplift and encourage humans, but also being annoyed by them. But Melody has a very interesting way of leading us back to all of our own personal answers. If I want to get more out of my work and more out of my relationships and more out of my leisure time, I'm going to have to put more me into all of it. I'm going to have to place more me in the relationships. I want to place more me in the work. Put more me in leisure time. Invest in those 6 areas of self-care. Invest in myself. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. All right. So the inventory focus loaded us up with a lot of questions, and I'm going to actually hit you with a few more. I've taken a bit of a turn as it relates to the chakras. I think that any of you can Google heart chakra and it will tell you about the tools. It will tell you about the gemstones. It will tell you about the properties and principles of those days. And I don't want to be talking to you all or having conversations about things that you can learn on Google for yourselves. So I'm taking a bit of a different approach now and just beginning to ask questions that relate us back to these chakras. Because it's important to me that we not only know the facts, that's very academic, very academia to, receive copious amounts of information, to be able to regurgitate it back, but then not to actually apply it to my heart and to my life. It's a waste of time for me. I'm not a traditional learner, though. I'm a college dropout, proudly. I'm a proud college dropout. They did not brainwash me, and they would not love me. They would not cause me to not love myself. There's lots of stories in academia of people being uplifted, sure, but I hear a lot of stories of people trying to force themselves as a triangle peg into a very small square hole, and trying to force yourself into situations and environments and lifestyles that are not who you truly are will cause you pain. So I'm a proud college dropout because they wanted me to become like everybody else, but nobody knew who they were. And I'm trying to figure out how does that work? Also, as an experiential learner, I want to ask questions and then live it out. I don't want to sit in a class and learn information and then spit it back out for head pats and booty claps. I would rather really figure out in this life today, instead of knowing the facts, I would like to figure out today how I can cultivate more compassion, love, and emotional balance in my life. Okay? Anybody can tell you that the heart chakra rock is this. But what about these questions that guide us towards our introspection? So I'm just going to leave you with more questions than answers today. And I think that fits better on me because I don't have it all figured out. Nobody does. And these questions might help us reflect. So the heart chakra, also known as anahata in Sanskrit, like I said, it helps you cultivate compassion, love, and emotional balance by asking yourself the following questions today. How do I show love and compassion to myself? And I'll pause between each so that you can answer truthfully. And if your answer is like, no, Flo, then these are some things for you to think about and or have a conversation with myself or one of the team members about it. Most of our healing practitioners here, StarlightMysticBotanica.com, TaraPraolo.com, the House of Mommy Water, Poppy Water, Angie in Real Love's Club, Kaden, everybody is able to have a conversation about the heart of the matter here. So if you want to have a conversation about the heart of the matter, you have many different flavors of ice cream. You can get everything from a kick in the nuts to a compassionate hug. We offer those daily here. So how do I show love and compassion to myself? Do I practice self-care and self-respect consistently? Do I practice self-care and self-respect consistently? What are my current feelings towards my own worth and value? What are my current feelings toward my own worth and value? I'm going to pause here and talk about this because the net worth of my feelings has done one of these throughout my life. When I look back over my life, I can see snapshots of time, sometimes years of time, where my feelings were very high in my worth and value. And then there are times like the last 3 years where I've seen my feelings lean towards low worth and low value. And so it's important to check in as often as we can around our current feelings about our own worth and value. Because if you know, like I know, it can feel great in the morning and low in the evening, or great in the evening and low in the morning. So it's important that we check in with our current feelings as often as we can, to just say, like, yo, temple of my heart, how am I currently feeling towards my own worth and value? We'll be coming back to these every Wednesday, so I'm just going to run through these and we'll see how this feels. But I just want to give you a little bit of a teaser into this new approach. Once again, anybody can Google heart chakra. Anybody can find out that this is the chakra or wheel point in our energetic center where we cultivate compassion, love, and emotional balance. We've been saying that for the last year. Every Wednesday, you get it. What about asking yourself, how do I express love and compassion towards others? How do I express love and compassion towards others? Ooh. Am I able to forgive those who have hurt me? If not, what is holding me back? Am I able to forgive those who have hurt me? Or it could be a perception of harm, y'all, because there's some people don't know that they hurt you. I'm a person who speaks very clearly and directly. I'm a person who tells it like it is. I'm a person who stands up for what is right. And so a lot of people go, ouch, to me, and I don't have a fucking clue. So I'm going to add to this, am I able to forgive those who have hurt me or those who I perceive have harmed me? I'm not talking about the person who punched you in the throat. Of course, they hurt you. I'm talking about the burdens that we carry in our imaginary thoughts, in these like fake beefs and battles with people in our heads. Am I able to forgive people who are involved in the fake beefs and battles in my own head? I guarantee you that they're not thinking about you as heavily as you think they are. Some of them don't even know they harmed you, or if they did know that they harmed you, they may have forgotten because of a whole pandemic or some kind of personal health crisis and concern. Am I able to forgive those who have hurt me or those who I perceive to have harmed me? And if not, what is holding me back from that? Ugh. What indeed is holding me back from forgiveness? I don't have time to talk about that the way I want to. What I will say though, if not, what is holding me back? Forgiveness is not a problem that I have. I don't have a problem with forgiving people. I don't have a problem with forgiving people. I have a problem with forgetting that shit happened. Forgiveness? What do you want from me? You want me to be mad at you for the next 20 years? No. I definitely forgive you. What's holding me back is my rumination. My negative. If I were taking these things in, Starlight, as lessons learned, and just like, oh, lessons for the journey, fine. What's holding me back is my negative concern with it never happening again. And my preoccupation with, that looks like the ways in which you offended me before. That hypervigilance can also hold you back. Do I feel worthy of receiving love from others? Are my relationships balanced and reciprocal? Or do I often feel drained? Do I communicate my needs and boundaries clearly to others? How do I handle conflict in my relationships? How do I process and release negative emotions such as anger, jealousy, and resentment? Do I allow myself to fully experience and express positive emotions like joy and gratitude? Am I able to maintain emotional balance during stressful situations? Big. Do I allow myself to fully experience and express positive emotions like joy and gratitude? Like I told y'all earlier, I make my days unnecessarily heavy. I do that. Every day, I go out into the emotional yard of my life and I start picking up rocks to put in my backpack. And then I ask, why am I so tired? Because anger, jealousy, resentment, which I don't have a lot of, but I have enough of to keep me heavy, it will do just that. Any level of anger, jealousy, or resentment. You have to be very, very careful on social media. I tell you all the time, I have very, very fabulous friends doing fabulous things, living very happy lives. If I'm not careful, I can get caught up in the why not me. But there's a way in which I can choose where I'm choosing to fixate my attention on that jealousy, why not me, or in the abundance that is I have everything I need. I have everything I need. In fact, I have more than what I need. We don't have time today to unlock all of the questions. I'm going to save them though for a rainy day, because I do believe that this work is healing to us and for us. Just questions to ponder. You are invited to go over to lovedandlovable.org and explore more about the work that we're building. It is a very interesting walk. This journey of building and the ways that we do and how we do, and like I said, being compassionate daily towards myself helps with this. But if you'd like to learn more about our work and everything that we are growing individually and collectively, including meeting members of our team and our healing practitioners here, you can go to the website or hang close to the link in bio. My life is recalibrating every day for the better. And I believe that those who are part of our community are also seeing the fruit and the fruits of their emotional effort poured out in their lives as well. We're not just sitting here asking ourselves these questions or going within because we have nothing better to do. Even though I recorded this entire live stream over on Facebook and Twitch with no sound, we're not just sitting around for our health. We are holding space for love and community and support, which is actually the only thing that's going to save us. Knowing that we belong to ourselves and to each other and to the world. It's a great feeling, even if in some spaces you're on mute. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. And may a bigger love grow within you today. May it take over your entire heart space, your body, the room, the space, the streets, the town, the city, the state, the nation, the country, the continent, the world. May everything today be covered in goodness and love, hope, joy, and the abundance that is. I'm grateful. And I will see you all tomorrow. No, I won't. No, I won't. Tomorrow is Thursday. A lot of snacks is back in the hot seat with Throat Chakra Thursday. I hope that you enjoy it. And I will see you on Friday when I'm doing Third Eye Chakra Day. All about what we see in the world for ourselves and for each other. Take care.